Hey everyone, welcome to Geared. We're going to do another Fusion quick tip. Today I'm going to show you how to make a solid dodecahedron. The reason I'm making this is I've seen a couple other videos on how to make a dodecahedron. I'm not going to link them in the description because I don't want to throw shade at anyone, but everything I've seen has been very complicated. You have to know a lot of dimensions, you have to know a lot of angles, or you just have to do a whole lot of math and some sketches. What I want to show you here is how you can do it with one sketch, and then let Fusion figure out all the geometry by using some joints. So let's jump in and get started. So here's what we're going to end up with, a solid dodecahedron. Let's create a new project, and then we're going to do a new component because we're going to make a body, and then we're going to copy it a few times and then join them together instead of doing a whole bunch of math. So in that component, we're going to create a sketch. I'm going to create a polygon. Doesn't matter what kind. The thing that matters is that it's 5 sides. We're going to constrain it though, because it's always good to fully constrain your model or sketch. D for dimension. Let's make it 50. And sorry, that last constraint I did right here is a horizontal vertical constraint. I just made 1 point vertical to the origin. Then we're going to hit E for extrude this up 5 millimeters. The amount that we extrude this does not matter because we're eventually going to fill it in as one big solid. So there we have our initial body. What I am going to do is I'm going to ground this component just to make sure we retain our origin, because we are going to need this origin to create an axis a little bit later on. I don't want to accidentally move this around or get it all messed up. So we're going to keep that. Next thing we're going to do is copy this component. We're going to then do a paste new and just give it a bit of a tilt to get us in the right direction. Hit OK. And this is where we're going to start letting Fusion do the work for us. We're going to create a joint, capture position. Right now we're on revolve, and that is what we want to keep it on. We want to keep it on revolve so we don't have to care what our actual angle is. We're going to let Fusion do a couple joints to find that angle itself. So what we're going to do is come down here to this outside edge, grab the middle of it, and then we're going to come down to this outside edge, grab the middle of it. And it's going to show you where that's going to revolve, which is perfect. We hit OK to that. We want to drive that joint a little bit to make it look closer to what it's going to look like in the end. We can grab that and pull it out. Hit OK. So that's one side. We're going to do 2 though to get our angles set. So we're going to go here and hit paste new again. It's going to give us another one of those components. We're going to flip this one around, hit OK, go back, make another joint. Capture position is fine. On that, let's see, this is the outside edge, the center of that, and the center of this outside edge. It's going to show us where it rotates. That's perfect. Going to hit OK. Again, we're going to drive that joint out just a little bit to help us visually see where we're going to put the next joint. And this next joint is key. So new joint, capture position. We're going to do the center of this and the center of this. Now it looks like it's going to just give you an animation on where that individual joint is driving, but since we've already got a joint right here, as soon as we hit OK, everything is going to snap into place. And that is how you make the first couple sides, not knowing any angles, having to look up any geometry, anything like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to join these all together. So we're going to do combine, start with the tool target body, pick our tool bodies, make sure it's on join. We don't care about keeping any of the old bodies, and we don't need a new component. So that's perfect. Okay, we now have one body. These components are now empty. So we can just right click and remove them. You'll notice our joints went away with those because there's no longer multiple components. At this point, now we need to finish making the bottom half of this dodecahedron. To do that, we are going to do create circular pattern. There's the body we want to do, and the axis we want is that center axis. Dodecahedrons have 5 sides, so we are going to make 5 copies of that. And we are getting close. So let's hit OK. Now, the thing is, we just made 5 copies of that. They all line up nice, which is what we were going for, but we want to make them one body. So we're going to do another combine. And we can just select bodies over here since we can't really tell where they are on the screen. First one is our target body, and just go down and select all the tool bodies, combine or join, and OK. Now we are down to one body. So this next step is sort of optional, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. If what we're going to eventually do is take this body, flip it over, join it upside down with the other one, and have our dodecahedron. At that point, it would be hollow. And if that's what you want, that's perfect. You can just flip it over and join it as it is. I want a solid body, so what I'm going to do is select all, hold down Control and select all the inside faces, and just hit delete. And that gives me this feature. Now, this looks odd, but it's actually good, because when we join these two bodies together, this is going to all overlap and there's going to be no empty space since this is a solid. So now we want to right click, copy, right click, paste. We want to figure out where we're looking at it here. That's the front. So let's flip this over 180 degrees. And then, because right now our points would be off by, well, 180 degrees, we need to have the hills and valleys, I guess, if you want to call them that, match up. So what we're going to do is go over here and flip that 180. Hit OK. So now the last step is to right click, move copy, select point to point. We're going to line up this point with this point and hit OK. So it looks like we're done. We have our dodecahedron, but we want to join the last two bodies together. So select tool body, OK, and we now have a dodecahedron, solid body in a component. We didn't have to measure anything. We only used one sketch, and we didn't have to. And it was a simple sketch. It was just the size of the initial what is that? 5 sides pentagon. So with that, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave any comments down in the comment section below with any potential suggestions you might have for a new video on something you would like to see in Fusion. Or if you know a better way to do this, which I'm sure there are many, there's a million ways to do anything in Fusion. If you have a better way to do it, I'd love to hear it. Post down in the comments. Thanks for watching.